Hi everyone, welcome to this video. Now in this video, we're going to be talking about how to set the right order of conditions in Bubble and how the order of conditions can have an impact on the performance of your application. So let's jump into this video. So I'm sitting here on our social network application, which we've been building so far. And what we want to go over today is just some of the conditional logic we've set up and how it could be optimized and why it needs to be optimized to be more performant. So on this profile search page, we view a list of profiles which exist on our application. And we have this option of messaging people. So if we click on this group, we are able to message the user profile that we see. But we have some conditional logic associated with this button because we are not able to message every single user whom we see. So this button by default is not visible on page load, but if it meets either of these two conditions, it will be made visible. And the first condition we're checking for it to be meeting is searching for friends. So if I'm friends with the user that I'm viewing in my profile search page, then I'm able to message this person because we're already friends, we're allowed to message. The second reason why I could actually message a person is the user actually has a field called allow messages from anyone. And if that is set to yes, then anyone, even a person who is not friends with them, can send them a message. But if that is set to no, then the element or the group message is not visible because they're not allowing people to message them unless they're actually friends with them. So I've set up this conditional logic here, and when you look at it, there doesn't seem to be anything wrong. But I actually want to highlight that the way that we have built this is not the most performant way. And the reason for that comes down to how Bubble executes conditions. Bubble executes conditions one at a time. So it evaluates each condition separately and individually to determine if it's true or false. So to walk over that with this example in practice, Bubble will first do a search for friends, count it up, and check if it's 1. If it is true, then it will go, okay, this element is visible. If it is false, it will go, okay, this section of the condition is false. Let's now evaluate the second one. And it will go, does the parent group user allow messages from anyone? Is it yes? If it is yes, the element is visible. If it is no, the element is not visible. Now, why does that have importance to us? Bubble is only checking each condition from left to right, and it's checking so individually. And because it's checking so individually, if this first condition is met, then the rest of the conditions, or the second condition, does not need to be evaluated. So what that means for us in terms of performance is that we should place our least intensive conditions first. Because if our least intensive condition is placed first and it's evaluated to true, then our more intensive condition does not need to be evaluated, and that's going to save us workload units. And it's also going to save us in terms of performance and speed. So in this example, what we need to do is we need to look at each condition individually and determine which one's the least intensive and then place that one first. So the way I actually want to set this up is I want to set it up with the parent group users allow message from anyone is yes to be the first one, because that's just a simple data field check. And then, and only then, if this one is proven to be false, I want it to check for the second condition, being the search for friends, because this is more intensive because it has to hit the database and run a search. So I'll go do a search for friends, contains parent group user, and it contains our current user, and the count is 1, and then the element is visible, and we'll remove this one. So This is the way in which we can set the order of our conditions to be more performant. And what it comes down to is simply making sure that the first condition that we placed, or we place our conditions from left to right in order from the least intensive to the most intensive.